Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys what's on my iPad. If you know me, you know that my iPad is my baby, so let's just get into this video. This is the 11-inch iPad Pro with 256 GB, and you'll see why I need all that storage in a second. I have the second generation Apple Pencil that's compatible with this iPad, and it also... and I don't think it'll focus, but it has my name on it. Case is the pink sand one from just the Apple store. I feel like if you buy cases from Amazon or just anywhere else, they get dirty really fast, whereas the Apple ones kind of stay clean, and it's pretty easy to clean them as well. And now I'm gonna show you guys the apps that I have on it. If I'm doing this correctly, there should be a screen recording up on the screen right now. This is my lock screen. This is my vision board. I made it, I think, like 1.5 years ago, and I still love it. I love looking at it, and I might update it soon, but for now, I'm just gonna keep it. This is what my iPad opens up to. It pretty much just has all of the basic apps that come with the iPad, so I can go through them one by one, but I'll only open up the ones that actually have something interesting to show. So starting from the top left, there's Calendar, FaceTime, which I actually use my iPad to FaceTime a lot, because when you FaceTime with your laptop and you try to watch YouTube videos, the laptop like lowers the volume of the YouTube videos, and I hate that. So I usually FaceTime with my iPad. Continuing on, I have Photos, Camera, which I never really use, Contacts, Clock, Notes, Reminders, App Store, Books. Books is an app that I've actually been using. I'm doing a book club with my friends, and we're gonna start reading Talking to Strangers by Malcolm Gladwell next week. So I just have it open on here, and I'm just gonna read it on my iPad. And I've never read a book on my iPad, but I'm really excited to try. I have Settings, Music, which I don't use Apple Music. I have Pinterest, love Pinterest. I absolutely love Pinterest. This is what my feed looks like, and if you can tell, it's mostly just Animal Crossing and graphic design stuff. Then I have LastPass, which is what I use to protect all my passwords. I have News, Measure, Photo Booth, Voice Memos, Shortcuts, Maps, Stocks, and Find My iPad. So that's pretty much everything on the first page. And then on the bottom in the dock, I just have Google Calendar, which is the calendar that I use. I sometimes time block out my day, but not really. I mostly just use it to add in events. On the bottom dock, I have my socials, so that's Messenger, GroupMe, Messages, Facebook, and Instagram. I only use my iPad to message when I don't have my phone or laptop next to me, because it's kind of inconvenient. I do use Instagram a lot on my iPad because I have my art account. I post on it from my iPad sometimes. I have YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube from my iPad. This is my subscription feed. If you were curious, this is what it's looking like. I actually watch a lot of YouTube from my iPad because it's a bigger screen than my phone, and it's not as heavy to carry around as my laptop. Then I just have Safari, Spotify, which I love listening to music from my iPad. If I'm working on my laptop, I'll have my iPad propped up like this, and I'll just have my music playing, which I really like. I also use Spotify to listen to my podcasts. Next, I have Gmail, which is what I use for both school and personal emails. And then these three are just my most recent apps. So now going on to the second page, which is where all the interesting stuff is. The first folder I have at the top is productivity, and here I have Google Drive, Google Sheets, Files, Google Docs, and Dropbox. I mostly only use Google Drive, Files, and Dropbox. I use Google Drive for school and also like personal things. I use Files a lot for when I'm like transferring designs and art from places, and Dropbox I use to send artwork to people sometimes. So that's what that's for. For school, I have Canvas, GoodNotes, and Piazza. Starting with Canvas, this is just what my school uses for looking at courses and also giving out grades and stuff and assignments. So these are the two summer classes that I'm taking right now. GoodNotes is what I use to take all my notes. As you can see, these are some of my notes from the archaeology class that I'm taking right now. I love GoodNotes because not only do I use it in this style where I like hand write notes, I also use it in this way where I import like PowerPoint slides from my classes into it, and then I can just like take notes on it and just like circle things, and it is just so useful. I love being able to go through the slides while my professor is lecturing. I can just go through and like highlight things. Okay, that was a really bad highlight, but highlight things. And yeah, I just love GoodNotes. I know a lot of people also use Notability, but I personally like GoodNotes a lot better. Next, I have Piazza, which I'm not using at the moment, but it's what my professors use for communication in classes. The next folder is my favorite. It's my design folder. The first app in here is Procreate. It's what I make all of my artwork on. I do a lot of graphic design on here. You pay for it once. It's only $10 and you get so many features. Crazy how much you can do with this app. It's 100% the best iPad drawing and illustrating app. There is nothing better, I promise you. Moving on, the next app I have is Canva. I've never used Canva on the iPad because I always use Canva on my laptop. I just feel like it's much easier to use. But if you have an account, Canva transfers all your artwork onto different devices. So if I do make something on my laptop but I want to post it on Instagram, then I can just pull it up on my iPad and it'll be right there, which is really nice. I also use Canva for my thumbnails. Next is Behance. The best way to describe this app is it's like Pinterest but for graphic design. So you can go through and there's unlimited just like inspiration for portraits, for branding, for just like all designs, logos. I don't follow any creators on here yet, but I feel like once I find one that I really like the style of, maybe I will. Next I have Photoshop on here. I'm like not even signed in on here because I don't really use Photoshop on the iPad. I use Photoshop and Illustrator on my computer, but I think I would use Illustrator on the iPad more than Photoshop, but unfortunately Illustrator doesn't have an iPad app. And then finally I have Fonto. I feel like I showed you guys this app in another What's on My iPhone like so many years ago. I might have taken that video down, but Fonto is the app I used to use for creating thumbnails before I started using Procreate because that was the only one where you could like import fonts from the internet. Next folder is shows. I have Netflix, Prime Video, and Disney Plus. Currently watching Community on Netflix and I love it. It is so hilarious. But yeah, I use all three of these apps. I love watching shows on my iPad. If I just want to go downstairs and I don't want to carry my laptop and I want a bigger screen than my phone, obviously, I just find that the iPad is perfect for that. Next folder is games. I used to have way more, but I don't really play games on my iPad anymore. I have Hearthstone, which I used to be obsessed with before they added in like a billion new features, and now I don't even understand how to play it, so I might as well just delete this app. Next I have Monopoly, which is a paid app I got in the beginning of quarantine, but I never ended up playing it with my family. And then the final app is Tilt to Live. I used to play this game all the time and it's so fun. Here, let me show you guys. Basically just like this arrow and you have to try to avoid these red dots. Okay, well, I'm doing terrible right now, but these bigger bubbles like help you get rid of the red dots. Yeah, the point of the game is literally just to avoid the red dots, and if you hit even one, then it's like game over. I have YouTube Studio, which is what I use to track all my YouTube numbers. It tells you like subscriptions, you can respond to comments from this app, and it also gives you way more in detail, just like analytics about your channel. Next there's iMovie. I have never ever edited a video on my iPad, but when I first got it, I attempted and it was so hard. Next I have Parcel, which is a really great app. So basically, if you order something online, as soon as you get the tracking information, you can just add it into this app, and it's just a nice place to have all of your deliveries and all of your tracking information. I currently don't have any deliveries, but I did do some online shopping today, so as soon as I get the tracking information for those, I will be uploading it into this app. This last thing is not an app, but this is a hack I learned a couple days ago from TikTok actually. So I'm in Safari right now, and the Chloe Ting 2-week shred challenge is the one that I'm doing right now. So if I want to add this to my home screen, all I have to do is press this share button up here, scroll down, click add to home screen. I can rename it to whatever I want, add, and then it literally just adds it onto your home screen. Now I can just click on this and I have the 2-week shred challenge right here. If there's any other website you use all the time, you can just add it to your home screen like an app. That was everything on my iPad. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you in my next one. Also, side note, if you guys are very invested in my Animal Crossing series, I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm gonna be continuing that series, but I will leave my dream address down below. That's that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.